I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. We'll watch the credits from up high and low. Cinema Classics on NPR.
Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and airs Thursdays at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm G Kline.
And this is Cinema Classics. Ken, there's nothing more classic than the name Disney.
There is none. Today we are talking about the new animated musical, Wish.
Oh, listen, I'm so happy to have you here because you are a real Disney supporter.
I will plead guilty. I will not hide it at all. I am a huge,
How many
huge
titles
fan.
are there in the Disney catalog that you can't have one that maybe deviates for you?
Oh, I've seen everything. I have copies of almost everything. I win Disney trivia contests.
Oh, great.
So I am definitely in my element whenever we're talking
all right.
Disney.
All right, so Wish, Ken, I really had mixed feelings about it, I have to tell you. In fact, I wanted to get you excited, so I told you it was junk. It's not really junk, but it is a disappointment for me. Now tell me, for you, what is Wish?
Okay, Wish is a very, very important film for Disney. It is their 100th anniversary this year, and they wanted to celebrate that 100 years with a really memorable animated musical. Everybody on their A-list at Disney Animation Studios worked on this movie. It's almost a complete reuniting of the original production team of Frozen that did this. You've got Jennifer Lee, who wrote Frozen, is back writing Wish. Chris Buck directed it. You've got Tom Uton doing the animation. He did the animation of Elsa on Wish, and he's doing Magnifico in this one. And you've got Peter Del Vecchio, the producer.
You mean, what about Chris Pine?
Chris Pine, the cast, of course, is brand new.
Okay.
Yeah, none of the cast is connected. This is the actual production team.
Okay.
And this is all the best of the best at Disney. So I had really high hopes. I really, really wanted to love this movie.
I'll tell you, and one of the things that was perplexing me was that it seemed like a big mashup of all of previous Disney films.
It's not a mashup, it's a regurgitation. And that sums up this film pretty well. As I said, I really wanted to love this movie. I didn't. It's not horrible. It is not a complete disaster.
All right, the little sweetie pie. She's a teen. She's beautiful. She's of mixed color. She has Adriana DeBose, is it?
Yes.
Has her voice.
Plays the voice of Asha.
You can't miss with that. And she's of course going to save the whole freaking town, the whole planet, the whole world. And this is Disney-like.
Well, the story is Disney wanted to do something special, so they decided, let's make a movie about the origin of the wishing star. The star that is referred to when Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio sings, "When You Wish Upon a Star," one of the great songs of Disney.
Yes.
They decided back in 2019 in preparation, let's make this movie about the wishing star, and we'll discuss all of the great wishing and aspirations of all Disney movies all wrapped up together with this film.
All right, we have Chris Pine truly enjoying himself as a bad boy. What's his name?
Magnifico.
Magnifico.
Probably the most we've ever seen of a Disney villain in any Disney movie.
Boy,
he owns
good
this
comment.
movie.
Yes,
He
from the get-go.
He is on screen more than the heroine
Very
is.
good point. Yes, I hadn't even realized that. I said, well, boy, Pine is just enjoying himself.
This is the first time in a Disney film that the Disney princess has a duet with the villain.
Ah, yes.
And only the second time that the villain has two songs instead of just one. The first time was Lion King.
Yeah, right. And in fact, as we move along, it looks like I'm just going to say it looks like there could have been a meeting of the minds between those two. There was so much going on between them. I really was enjoying the fact that she was playing around with the villain.
Well, the story for our audience, the story is about this young woman, Aisha, who lives on this Mediterranean island called Rosa. And we don't know exactly when it's set, but because it is the origin story of the wishing star, we can suspect it is a long, long time ago. And this island is under the control of Magnifico, this magical sorcerer who takes people's wishes when they're 18 years old with the promise that at some point he will grant their most important wish.
You know, Ken, I want to tell you, I thought was really admirable twist, and one that might be challenging for younger kids about how the fact is that their wishes can't come true unless he
grants them.
He grants them. It's like he has storage.
And we learned early in the movie that he's hoarding them.
Yeah.
He grants one wish per month, but he gets hundreds of wishes, and he has them all stored away in this floating thing above his palace and sort of an observatory. And he is drawing power from these wishes. And this is where he becomes the villain, is he's not really there to help the people. No. He's there to be a vampire of their wishes.
And you know, what an interesting concept. If you're looking at our recent brushes with totalitarianism, or people who wish to be dictators.
People who promise you one thing and then really are in it for themselves.
Talk to me about it. I began to say, I think this is really resonating with me, and they may not even have tried to do that, but I thought the Disney people give them a lot of credit. There's something to twist your mind around a little bit. No, your wish won't come true until the dictator tells you that he thinks it can be. Witness the old man, the 100-year-old man, her father.
Oh, her grandfather.
Grandfather, rather,
yes.
Yeah.
But now everything in the story takes a 90-degree turn when Aisha goes out on her own and casts a powerful wish which draws the magic wishing star down from the sky, and the magic wishing star starts actually granting wishes. And this, of course, becomes a threat to Magnifico and his power, because now there's another force there more powerful than him that is granting people's wishes and making everybody feel happy. And it's beyond his control, so he has to do something about it. And therein is the basis of the story.
Now, I thought that star was a little schlubby. I wasn't that excited about this.
And this is the problem with this movie. You're getting right to the very core of the problem, is that the star should have been the star of the movie.
Yes.
This movie should have been written like E.T. Where, you know,
Yes.
Aisha is sort of on her own. She has a few friends, but she's kind of distanced from them. She's kind of doing her own thing. And then the star enters her life, and the star changes everything. And if they had done this movie right, if they'd done it like E.T., this would have worked. You didn't need the villain, as John Lasseter used to say, no villains. But instead, somebody involved, probably Jennifer Lee, decided, oh my God, I love Chris Pine, I love what he's doing with this, and his part just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the star becomes just a secondary character in the story, and Aisha, the heroine, even becomes a secondary.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody in this movie is underdeveloped except for Magnifico.
Yes, that's right. And Magnifico even has one of the better songs.
He has the best song.
The Thanks I Get or something? Yeah.
This is the Thanks I Get.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song.
It's not a bad song in a movie that's filled with not memorable songs.
Yes.
This is one place where they went different from Frozen. They didn't bring in the team of Kristen Lopez and Bobby Lopez to do the music. I'm not sure why, but they chose two individuals already working at Disney to do the music for the movie. David Metzger and, I'm sorry, I forget the woman's name. And the music is very, very similar to Encanto. The opening song, Rosa, is the family madrigal. There's a lot of, as I said, regurgitation of this. So many of the characters. There's a talking goat named Valentino that is just an annoying version of Pascal from Tangled. And they could have cut the goat completely out of the movie. The goat does nothing in the movie.
I am very disappointed in the goat, because usually these are a standout. These funky little animals that can talk. And
The snappy sidekick.
Yes.
The problem is they've got Alan Tudyk voicing the goat, and he is their go-to person for voice acting. He was the voice of the Duke of Weaselton in Frozen, but he is not an improvisationist. He is not Josh Gad. He is not Robin Williams. He can't go in there and just create a character the way that those people did. I mean, when they wrote the script for Frozen and for Aladdin, they basically said, put in your own lines to Josh Gad and Robin Williams, and they did it, and they were so over the top and so spectacular and so memorable. But Alan Tudyk is not that kind of actor. He just reads what's on the page.
But your commenting is making me think Frozen is really an elephant among all these.
Oh God, yeah. Frozen is the cash cow.
Wow.
And that's why Bob Iger has just announced not just Frozen 3, but Frozen 4 is in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's their cash cow. They don't even group the characters from Frozen in with the other Disney princesses. They are their own characters.
All right, G Kline. People, I can hear the phones ringing. People want to hear more from this guy with the beautiful voice. He actually knows what he's talking about. And I say, yes, but you're going to have to go to our podcast. And in this case, it's Double Take on WCBE, the podcast experience.
For parents out there, if your kids are under the age of 10, take them to see Wish. They're going to love it. They're going to have cute animals and lots of singing. They're going to have a good time. If you're over the age of 12, probably not the best movie.
Well, to get your words, it is a beautiful movie. Yeah, and if you want Disney and you're not as discerning as we are, I think they could enjoy it.
It's Disney animation at its best. I just wish the story was better.
I'm John DeSando.
Cinema, 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 cinema. Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our